Alrighty. Good morning, everyone. 01 here, and we are currently sitting, or standing, I should say, above Assembly City. So this is pretty much looking the same as it was before. There's a lot more stuff moving, though, and that's because I took a couple more of the things that are being made, and I put them over there. And so now those which were just getting stocked up before are now also getting burned. So that's why we have more stuff here. Yeah, so I guess we can just take a look at that real quick. We have our item spine going through here. Motor production area, rotors, stators, actual motors. And then let's see, what are these ones? These are, yeah, so these are assembly parts. And I think these are the first ones, so the smart plating, yeah. So you can see that I'm not actually collecting those, and they are just kind of storing up. So maybe I will do something about this and actually have them get taken out somewhere. I mean, I could easily just throw in a merger or a smart splitter in here somewhere and just kind of move them around. So it wouldn't be that difficult of a thing. So these three are new here. And then they go up here and then into here. And so we have rotors, which we weren't actually collecting before, reinforced plates, which we weren't collecting before, and also stators, which we weren't collecting before. So now whatever extra we make is getting burned along with all of this fun stuff here. Yeah, so I expanded this a little bit just to give myself a little bit more room. And then I have these two set up here, but they're not actually collecting anything. So for the next stuff that I bring up through here, they'll go in here, and then they'll go and do their whole, separation thing. But yeah. So that's kind of like the only real change that's going on here. Nothing else has really changed over here. How am I on fuel? Fuel. 46. Let's grab some more. So if you remember, this is where I was storing fuel before. And you can see that we have a lot of it. And then also this is where we have some of our power coming from, and we have all the fuel in the world that we need. Probably more than what we're actually using, so I don't know. Maybe I'll do something about that, maybe not, I don't know. And then something I did notice, and you won't see the reason for this yet, but we have this going on, unfortunately. So we're gonna go and take a look at that, and I think I know why, but I'm not really sure, so just go and take a look. We have our little, I don't know, what do you want to call this? Conveyor / transport system? Bridges? I don't know. But yeah, so I've gone through pretty much most of the world at this point. You can see that there are still a few places I have not been. And that's all just looking for wrecks, and you can see that there are a lot that I have claimed here. So, and then some of these are just like notes for things that are in other places, but yeah, most of these are wrecks. Wreck, another wreck. And up in the desert area, hello. Up in the desert area, more wrecks. There's actually a water well up in the desert area, which is kind of cool. And there's also nitrogen up there as well, so this might be a good place for processing all of your uranium stuff. And I've got like this, like you can see that I went like around the edge here to kind of, find my way back over to the main oil area here. But I actually haven't been through here, and I'm pretty sure there's some wrecks through here, so I'll have to go through there. Here we are at the waterfall. About to head up. And then I did change this around a little bit, and if you were looking off in the distance, you saw something that wasn't there before, so we're going to be going there. But I added in this tube here, just that way I don't have to like jump from this entrance to this entrance, and it just makes things a little bit easier. So this is that thing that you saw off in the distance. It is a very, very, very large platform. And also, I've instituted a small train system, and also another drone bay. So you can see just by everything that we got here that this is a massive area, and I've used very, very little of it. And this area here is where we're getting our problem with the power. There's the drone coming in. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we've got over here. So taking a look at the lights, that one is red, now it's yellow. Okay, so the issue here is that we're not getting enough fuel to some of these. Looks like that one's yellow, now it's green, okay. These ones are all green, these ones all look green. But yeah, so the reason why we're getting the issues with the power is because our fuel supply is not consistent. So it looks like we've got maybe 8 at one time that are going down. But yeah. And then the fuel that we're actually using here is turbo fuel. So I managed to make some, which is kind of fun. Yeah, and you can see that we are draining a lot. Yeah, we're basically draining the entire thing. And so this is why we are dealing with the issues with our power. So I mean, we're definitely making a lot. It's just that I think we need to make a little bit more or take out some of the power plants, so that way there's more fuel for the ones that are there. Yeah, you can see here too, dropping it again to like just about nothing. And that's a problem. So this is the turbo fuel area. So we're bringing in, let's see, 120 times 4 is 480 water. And then each of these, actually, could this be the issue? We're not bringing in enough oil? No, it's got plenty of oil. That has plenty of oil. Okay. So I've got a pump system up there. And I'm getting 2 full 600 lines of oil out of that if this is running at full speed, plus a 150 line. So that's what, 1,450? 1,350, something like that. But yeah, so they all come down in here, and I'm just tapping off of one of these right now. One of the 600 lines, as you can tell by the pipe, to go through these 6 refineries, which are each making 40 of the heavy oil residue. Okay, this is kind of dropping a decent amount, but no, it's going back up. So no, I think this isn't the issue. So out of all of these, we're making 120 of this heavy oil residue. And then that's coming back here. And then it's joining onto this line. So there's actually 2 pipes under here. It's hard to see. Let me see. Okay, so we have our water pipe down here, and we have our oil residue pipe here. And this looks like it's doing fine. Okay, so that joins off of that side, and then it also joins over here on this side. So you can see that it goes through this way. And then from here, we are using some of this. So the polymer resin is mixing with the water here to make rubber. And then we're doing that, what is it, 4 times? 3 times, 4 times? I don't remember exactly. Okay, yeah, so we're doing 3 to make rubber. So these make 30 each, so we're making 90. And then we're taking 30 of that rubber, mixing it with a little bit of fuel to make 60 plastic. So in the end, we're actually making 60 rubber and 60 plastic. Okay, and then we get over into this area here. So now all of the heavy oil residue is going into this one refinery right here. And this is taking all of that, mixing it with packaged water to get packaged fuel. So this is an alternate diluted packaged fuel. It runs the same ratios as if you were to use the blender. but this one obviously does not use a blender, so it takes up a little bit less space, although you do have to get some packagers in here for the fuel and for the water. Wait, no, not for the fuel. Wait, no, yeah, for the fuel, because we have to unpackage the fuel. So packaged fuel comes out here, goes into these ones, which then get unpackaged. And then we're making 30 fuel here, 60 fuel here, so a total of 90 fuel. And I wonder what would happen if I bump this up to 75, just to make like a little extra fuel. Now, I know that we're not actually, because we're only pulling out 90, and this is running at 150%, so maybe I make this go a little bit faster. I'm just trying to figure out what I can do here. So like if we put this at like 175, 185 maybe? 200? Okay, so that gets us 120. And then if I run this at 100, it gets, okay, so that's going to use up the 120 here. Now, however, this is going to use up a lot more of the oil residue, and so this requires 60 per minute. And with all of this, we're using, okay, so if we have 120 coming in, because I think I'm using the resin, or the heavy oil residue somewhere else as well. Yeah, here. Okay. Yeah, to make this petroleum coke. So if we have 120 coming in, that means we have, and we take 40 out for this petroleum coke, then we have 80 left, and then for here we're using up 60. And then we also need to use it in here. So we need 30 per minute here as well. Okay. So this is 120 that we're using. Let's get some light in here. Oh man, this is it's not easy to figure this stuff out when it gets this complicated. Oh, wait, no. This is 120 on each side, so it's 240 total. Okay. Okay. So 40, and then we're taking out 40 here for the coke. So that leaves 200, and this leaves 140. Okay, and then each of these is using up 40, 30. So that's 120. So then we should be left with 20 left over. But I feel like that's not correct. Okay, and then this is using some of the fuel. Okay, so this is making 120 per minute. I don't know. I mean, I'm just gonna leave it like this, and we'll see if we run into any issues. I mean, hopefully we don't. But this is our grand storage of turbo fuel, and it's not really looking that great. I mean, when I first started, this thing was like all the way full. So I mean, it is filling, but I don't know if it's like sustainable filling or if it's just, I don't know. It's hard to tell. I don't know, we'll just leave it and see if the power kind of fixes itself. But yeah, so basically from this corner here, so like right above this corner, going that way and then going this way and in there, this is all that you need to make enough turbo fuel to run 40 power plants. Pretty crazy, right? But yeah, so the difference between regular fuel and turbo fuel is that regular fuel requires 12.5 per minute, and turbo fuel only requires 4.5 per minute. So you're using a lot less fuel, which is how you're getting so much more out of it. And then over here, I suppose we can go over here next. Okay, so I have bauxite coming in over here, and it is a full 600, I believe, that's coming in. And then I have all of that going into these 3 refineries, so they each take 200 each plus 200 water, and you give you 240. So this is the sloppy alumina, which, you know, is great because it makes so much. So that's why I only need that many refineries, and then I take all of that, and I make the aluminum scrap out of it, which happens to take exactly 240, which is what these ones use as well, along with 360 coal total, which I'm pulling off of the coal nodes over there. And then all of this is then going into the smelters, which is, so this is the pure aluminum ingot recipe. And this way you don't need to add anything else to this to get the aluminum ingots out. Okay. So then from this merger here, that way, is everything that you need to do, or everything that you need to process 600 aluminum and make a shit ton of aluminum ingots. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 times 30 is what, 540? Yeah. So 500, so 600 bauxite in, 540 aluminum ingots out. So it's not bad. Alright, and then I've got some of this stuff going, doing its thing. So this is making the aluminum sheets, and then this one is also making aluminum sheets, and then these ones are making the wire. So then the sheets and the wire are going over here. And then combining with plastic. And what else does this need? Sulfur. Okay. Am I running low on sulfur? No, I'm fine on sulfur. Yeah, so this is where I'm making batteries, and I'm making 2 sets, so I'm making 60 batteries per minute, which is like way more than what you need. And then I've got this guy over here, which is going to get some Caterium, which is over here. So this is the desert starting biome, and there's Caterium basically right where that guy is. So that's bringing the Caterium back here, which is then getting spread out through here. Some of it is getting stored. Oh, and actually, so Caterium is going out this way, and then whatever's left over is going this way, and whatever's left over happens to be batteries. So all of the batteries are getting stored in here. And then the Caterium is being stored in here, and that guy's back to drop off some more stuff. And then these are just making the Caterium and then turning it into wire. And then it's going into here to store. And then we're almost full, and then as soon as this gets full, then it'll overflow and get burned into the awesome sink. But for now, some of that is going over into here to make circuit boards, and I'm using the alternate recipe for the Caterium circuit boards here because it's just plastic and quick wire. So easy enough to make, and I'm making enough of both with just what I've got over here. And then the circuit boards are going over into here, mixing with the cable, the quick wire, and these guys to make high-speed connectors. So I have a lot of these now, which is great. In fact, I can use those for some upgrades, if I recall correctly. Bye, drone. Okay, so I did like a little tiny area for building stuff over here. Caterium. So that requires supercomputers. Okay, so this one I can do, so power poles Mark III, and then everything else requires supercomputers. So let's go ahead and get that. Alright. And then over here I'm making more wire, and this is where I'm making all the cables. And then these cables are kind of like looping around and then going into here to make these guys. Now the high-speed connectors are a part of making supercomputers. So, and then one of the recipes is this one. So I'm gonna go with this one because these things are, I mean, they're not exactly difficult to make, but they're not exactly easy to make either. But yeah. So I'm gonna need to make computers eventually, and I'm making high-speed connectors just because I need them anyways. Plastic I've got, these are gonna be easy enough to make. In fact, I can probably start making them right now if I wanted to. And then these, depending on, I don't know, open the codex. Yeah, so I just have these 2 recipes then. So I have rubber, I have quick wire, I have the circuit boards, so I can go ahead and make computers. And I could do it this way too, but this one makes more and it requires less. So that'll be something else to think of. And I've got like room over here to actually do it all. So I guess I can throw it on a manufacturer. Hopefully I have the parts for it. I do, barely. No, it says that I need cable. Okay, so then give me some cable. There we go, cable. Alright, so manufacturer. And then I want to get it centered on the center of these things. So there. Okay, so now for this one, we're going to go with the Caterium computer. And then we can bring over 2 of the things that we've already got in here. Drop, please. Yeah, so these 2 things we can already bring in, and then the only other thing that we're going to need here is rubber, which we can then belt over from that guy right there. So easy enough to do. I suppose I might as well start making them, right? What do we have for time? 21 minutes? That's not bad. Okay, so first things first, let's get some additional power over here, so that way I can continue to float around. By the way, this jetpack, not jetpack, but hoverpack is like completely cheating, in my opinion, as far as building goes, because you never ever have to touch the ground as long as you have power. And considering that most of the enemies around here are ground-based, yeah, it's so easy to deal with them. It's just kind of ridiculous. Like even like the alpha spitters, those are easy too. So it's kind of ridiculous. But anyways, okay. So splitter, another splitter, and I think we're gonna bring in the rubber on the ground level here. And then, okay, so as far as how I'm doing this, I'm like skipping this guy right here and then kind of going around, is because then they all kind of like lay on top of each other. So it looks a little bit better, in my opinion. And that can go there. Yeah, see, it just looks nice. You know what I mean? And like even from this side, it looks nice. So I like doing it this way. All right, next thing that we need is to go up into here, have this one go up into here. Okay, now those are off doing their thing, so now we're gonna go and grab some of this. And I'm gonna run the rubber on top of the plastic line because I've already got the stuff there for it. And actually, I'm gonna get rid of this and have this come in from the bottom, because it looks nicer, for one. And we're gonna go and grab some of these, throw one there. The next one we're gonna throw here. And then we're gonna throw this guy here. And then we're gonna run it, let's see, so if we're on there, so then we can run this here. And then we'll run it that way. And then, let's see, how do we want to do this? I'm basically just like planning out the entire route before I even place this stuff. Okay, so then that will go there. And then we'll go over to here. And then we can go straight down and in. Okay. So now all that's left is to run some of this stuff. Okay, now, as far as like the rubber goes, we have a lot. So I'm not really too worried about running out. And we're also making 60 per minute, so even if I'm not using like, well, even if I'm using too much or more than what I'm actually producing, it'll still be fine. Okay, and then that will go there. And then this will go over to here. And then this will go over to here. And then down Oh. I have that on there the wrong way. Okay. Let's see, so 5, so I need this to actually come out this way. There we go. And then I need to redo this guy so that way it actually connects. And then there we go. So that can go in there. This can go in there. And now we are making computers. Oh, and you weren't supposed to be that fast. I suppose it doesn't really matter. I mean, so yeah, so we're gonna have 15 additional rubber that we're making per minute. We're not gonna have enough circuit boards. We're not making, well, no, we might actually. Because these are making what, like 37 per minute? No, 8.75. Times 4. 8.75 times 4 is 35. Okay, so we are making 35 per minute. Then we're using 3.75 there, 3.75 there, so that's 7.5. So that puts us down at 28.5, and then we need 26.25. So yeah, we're actually making enough here. Quick wire might be a different story. I don't know. But yeah, we're gonna upgrade these belts just to get everything in there a little bit faster. And of course I ran out of plates. That's fine. Okay, I have some over here as well. There we go. So I'm gonna take these guys, if you don't mind. Okay. Okay. And then we need Mark 5 belt. That'll get in there real quick. There we go. And we've already made 5 computers. Great. Okay. So now we need to go and look at our supercomputer recipe again. Alright, so then all we need now is just AI limiters. We have everything else. Okay. Then AI limiters are the plate and the deuterium, and I think I'm making that already. Yeah, so I've got these here. And then I also need to mix them with deuterium, which is going to be in an assembler. So let's go and get that in. There we go. AI limiters. And then we need 100 quick wire and 25 copper sheets. And we've got 10, 20, and 30. So we're making a little bit extra. So I need to get the deuterium over here, which is going to be interesting. I can pull it off of here and kind of bring it around. Be one way to do it. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just thinking about the setup. Okay, so this can go here, and then deuterium's up on the top, it looks like. So we'll go ahead and bring that down over here, and then we'll bring it down to the mount there. Oh, and we're above water right now, so kind of cool. It's one of the good things about being able to see through, you know, your platform, is if you're built on top of something, you can actually kind of see it. Alright, so actually, you know what? Because we need to go over that copper line coming in, I'm just going to keep it up at this level. And we want to bring it in kind of along the side of this, but also leaving room for this to come through, so we'll place one right here, I guess. And then we'll put another one here. And then that will run over to here. And then we'll throw this in here. And we'll run it along the side here. And then, let's see. Oh, and I'm already using some of them for that. I think that's a heatsink over there, is what I'm making. That's fine. So we'll run this here, and then we'll just run it down into here, and this is a splitter. So we actually kind of want to pull off of... honestly, off of this back one here. If I can. Okay, and then we're going to bring that down and through. Okay, and then we'll throw in this guy, run it up 2, 3, no, 2, okay. And we'll bring this belt into here, and then drop it down into here, and then have it run the same as that. Okay. Then that can go into here, and this can go into here. And there we go. Okay, and now we just need power. Alrighty, so you can go there, you can go there, and we're good to go. Okay, so now we're making our AI limiters. We've got our high-speed connectors, we have plastic. What else do we need in that recipe? Yeah, computers. So we've got basically everything that we need. So all I need to do is just throw down another manufacturer, which I think I'm going to need additional parts for. And then, yeah, just find a way to bring everything over. I'm going to try to bring the plastic off of this point, although I might change... Okay, so regardless, plastic is going to have to be up on top. And right now, plastic is on the bottom. I mean, we can make this work. We're just going to have to cut off supply real quick. Okay, so we're going to get rid of the plastic here and here. And then get rid of the corners here and here. Okay. So now we're going to run... let me see. And then actually I want the stackable ones because they look nicer. And then we're in the middle here. Okay, so I think we have to go here. And actually, no, I don't want to use that. I want to use just the regular one. Nope. There we go. 1, 2. Okay. So plastic has to go up on top. And then this we're going to bring in down through here, and then we're going to drop it. But I need to drop it sooner than this, so we throw in this at 1. There we go. And then we'll bring in the rubber on the bottom, and the plastic will be up on the top. And then rubber on the bottom, plastic on the top. And then okay, so now from here we actually need a splitter. Okay, so then we're going to get rid of this and this. No, not that. That would have been bad. Okay. So 5, so we need a splitter here, basically. And we don't need this one. And technically we don't need a splitter for the rubber, but just to make it, you know, look nicer and, you know, stacked, I guess. Okay. And then from here, okay, so then plastic can go there now. We can also get plastic going this way. And then as far as the rubber goes, that no longer has to drop down. Okay, so that's where that needs to be. And now, all I need to do is throw in some more of these. And then we'll have our plastic coming around. Okay, and then I'm gonna do a little fancy shit here. I'm gonna run, actually, you know what, no. We're gonna use this guy, run that up to 2. And then we're gonna run the plastic in right on top of this Caterium. And if you're wondering, yes, this is basically how I did Assembly City. Okay. It's basically just kind of building what you need and then figuring out how to get stuff from one side to the other. Okay, and then from here, this is where we might break off. Okay, so let's run this around. And then I still have to bring in all of the other things. Okay, so get our Mark V belts here. Did that go on the wrong side? Yes, it did. The only bad thing about the hover pack is that you're not actually at a dead stop. You are still moving a little bit. And so if you happen to be on the edge of like being on this side or that side and you move just a little tiny bit, then sometimes you get like misclicks, which is not great, but part of the thing, I guess. Okay. And then we'll run this over to here. And that can go there. I don't think I needed that to be right there, but we'll just put it there anyways. Okay, so now we need to grab up our computers and our high-speed connectors. So we're gonna need 2 more lines here. Merger. Okay, and that is going in the right general direction. And then we'll run this out. As a Mark V belt. Okay. So there's our high-speed connectors, and now we need to run this out as well. So computers will be on the 3rd level here. Can we run that? I think we can. Okay. Okay, so 1, 2. So that'll put this even with that guy. Okay. And then, let me see. So if we can put in this here, and then run this up. Let's see. So 1. Okay, so 1, 2, and also run it that way. And that's got a good curve on it. Okay, good. Alright, so then we'll throw that in there. So now we have our high-speed connectors, plastic, and then we just need to grab this out. And actually, I'm going to get rid of this one because I don't want it to go that way. Let's see. Okay. And then these are just going to get brought over. And this is how you get an item spine. Okay, so that one is there. That one is there. And that one is there. Okay, so now we need... And then what is this waiting on? What is this waiting on? Okay, so that's full. So as soon as I take this out, it's going to start bringing more stuff, and I'm not making enough copper sheets at the moment to be able to handle this. Now, I can build some more over here if I need to, and I might actually end up doing that, and I'll just run it into here with a merger. So let me get rid of this guy real quick, and then I'll just prep for it by putting in a merger. Okay. Now, I might not need this at all. Is that? Yeah, that's going the right way. Okay. And that can go there. That can go there. Actually, no. Since that's going between mergers, we can go with a Mark V. Okay. So that'll do for that. Should I just build some more, like, just to, like, stock up? I think that would probably be a good idea. At least one more. I need reinforced iron plates. I don't think I'm making those anywhere over here. And I need screws to make them anyways, and I'm definitely not making screws over here. So, what do we have? 41 minutes? Yeah, I think we had enough time. So yeah, we're gonna head back to Assembly City, grab some parts, and then we'll head back over to here. Yeah, I'll just pause. That'll be fine. I'll be right back. Alright, so I grabbed another 200 of those. I think that'll be fine. Do I need anything else? Actually, I want to make sure that I can build that manufacturer. Okay, so I'm going to grab some motors too, as long as I'm up here. Just an extra 50. And then motors are stored over here. Okay. And then also, the reason why I unpaused it is because I haven't checked to see how many tickets I have in here lately. So... okay, damn. I think I have like another 60 stored. So yeah, I can most definitely unlock some of those statues at this point. But yeah, time to head back. Alright, and we're back. Something I wanted to kind of mention is that I left spaces open for these, whatever these things are. I thought they were kind of cool, and I didn't want to cut them down or destroy them, so they're just kind of like going up through everything. So you can see there's holes for those ones over there. There's an edge over there for those ones. But yeah, so okay. So we were gonna make another thing for the sheets. Okay, so constructor. We want this to go probably here, maybe. No, they're just in there. Okay. So then probably here. And then copper sheets. Okay. Probably gonna need to make some more copper bars as well. I'm not really worried about that right now. I think that is good. Alright, and then we'll take these out of there. And then, okay, so copper sheets. And then I'm going to leave a merger on here just in case I decide to make more. But for now, I think this will be fine. Okay, so then that can go there. And then we go with Mark V belt going into here. Okay, good to go. Next thing we need is power. And I don't know if we can get power through an item spine. But honestly, I don't think it really matters either. I mean, we can definitely get that in there, so we'll just run it through and have a clip, I guess. Okay. And it's actually not clipping. Nice. Okay. I'm good with that. Okay, so probably definitely going to need some more copper, and that's being smelted over there. Okay, so we have all of the things. So now all I have to do is just bring all of the things together. So let's throw in a manufacturer. And then we want to get it to kind of even out with all of this, but I need to leave space for that stuff to get through. I mean, I could bring it in. No, I can't bring it in. Okay. So we'll just leave it there, I guess. Okay, and then we can start bringing in all of these fun things. Okay. So there is our AI pieces going in. And now we just need to bring these 3 in. Okay, so first things first is we're going to drop everything down. Okay. And then I think we want to bring them in on this level here. And then I'm actually going to put in splitters. Just because I think it'll look more interesting. Okay. Okay. And that will go there. That will go there. And that will go there. This will go into here. This will go... I feel like I need to make this look better. So we'll do that. And then we'll go with this belt onto here. And we'll go with this belt onto there. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay. So now I need to bring these over and then drop them down again. So we're going to go with this. Okay, so we cross over that belt, which will be fine. And then from here, we drop down. Okay, and that is all of the things in here. There's our supercomputer being made, once we actually make it, of course. Is there... there's not really a good place to put the power. I could just go like that, I suppose. Okay. So we have all of the things, and we are now making supercomputers. So that's pretty amazing right now. Looks like we're going to be low on plastic, which is fine. I'm not looking to make like a million of these things, just, you know, if I'm off exploring for like an hour or something, like I want to be able to stock up on a bunch of these. Yeah, so plastic is really bad, but that's also why I brought that. This is the remainder of the oil after we took out the, what is it, like 120 out of here? Yeah, 30 times 6. No, it's 180. Okay. But yeah, so that is the remainder of the 600 lines. That's going to be at 420. But yeah. So from here I can make additional plastic, and that's why I have this area here in case I need it, and then I can always just hop back onto this line or bring it back over this way, and then we'll be okay. And then some of it is getting split that way, and I think that goes to make the plastic, right? Or the batteries, I should say. Yeah. Yeah, okay. So, I mean, regardless, we weren't making enough plastic anyways, because just one of these is making more plastic than what we're actually, or is making as much plastic as what we're making. So we've got another 60 here, so we need 120 coming through. Okay, and the plastic goes over here, and this is the only other place that we're using the plastic, I guess. So 120 plus 52.5, so it's basically 180. So I need to make another 120 plastic. So that's not bad, actually. Yeah, I can get all that done in this little area right here. But yeah, so there we go. We have our first supercomputers. You've had a small tour of the area. I want to check to see how the power is doing since I changed those things around. Okay, it looks like we're doing a lot better than what we were. So it looks like it's just 1 or 2, maybe 3 that are dropping out instead of like, you know, 8 or 9. So yeah, I think we're okay. But yeah, you can see right there that we're pretty low in there. But, oh hey, where's the drone? Hey buddy. But yeah, supercomputers. We have them. It's pretty amazing. I'm gonna throw in a container over here to store them. And I'll do a big one, just because. And then we have a lot of space over here as well. And then I could also put the heat sinks in here too, if I really wanted to. Question is, do I really want to? I think the answer to that is no. But I'll put in the stuff for it, and then we'll run that off of here, and then we'll throw in a merger. That'll work. Now this will change, and it'll start taking in a bit more of the stuff than what we need it to, or what we want it to. But yeah, and then I'm not going to connect that up yet, but I will put it like really, really close. There. So this is going to make more heat sinks than what I actually need. In fact, I'll even throw in some additional heat sinks because I don't actually need this at this point. And then whatever I've got left over, I'm just going to throw into here, so that way I know that's what is supposed to go into here. So we'll throw those there. Okay. And then supercomputers. Actually, let's do it this way. Okay, so that looks correct. Oh, actually, hang on. We need to bring that in a little bit more. Nope. There we go. And now we have supercomputer storage. Sweet. So, with supercomputers now being made, we can start working on our nuclear stuff, doing the unlocks. So you can see up here, for our current milestone, we did another 39 of these. So, yeah. In the next episode, I will have some nuclear stuff up and running, hopefully. And then we'll be making even more power, which should be interesting. But yeah, so we're at 54 minutes in the video, a little under an hour, but I think I've covered everything that I want to cover in this video. So you've seen kind of what I got going on here. Oh, I haven't shown you the train station yet. So train station is here. And there goes the train. And something interesting about the train station is you can see there's no power lines around here, right? But so long as I am above the track, like the hover pack is good to go. So yeah, pretty cool. That made laying this like a lot easier because I could just like lay like a section and then like fly. And then what I'm bringing in, because the train station is actually back in the forest starting area, and so and then it also goes from here through here up into here where the quartz is, or at least where some of the quartz is. So I have a train station here, and it kind of runs along through here, then up through here, and then over through here, as you can see, and it's kind of following this track, and then it goes over into here. And this is where it's collecting iron, copper, and limestone, and then it kind of goes out the back end, and then it comes through here, and then it starts going like through here somehow, some way, and then up into here. So kind of like runs over the water for a little bit here, and it comes in kind of like, no, I actually think it goes over here, so it's like over here and then up into here. So yeah, that's kind of how it is. But yeah, so it's going to get the quartz first, and then once it gets the quartz, then it'll come back over to here and fill up on whatever else is needed. Sulfur is coming from the sulfur node up there and the 2 sulfur nodes behind it and down at the bottom. So actually in kind of the same general area, there's actually 3 sulfur nodes, which is kind of cool. And then I've combined some of them because I think it's a normal and an impure node down on the other side, and I think this one is just normal. Yeah. But yeah, so now we're over here, and then if you look down here, that's where the 2 sulfur nodes are. So if you can make yourself a nice little tower like I did, run yourself up, and then run over this way, you'll get to the other sulfur node, and then you can pull in 3 sulfur nodes instead of 2. So super useful. And actually, let me do, let's see, r.fog false. That's the only code that I use for any of this stuff. And the reason for that is because now we can kind of see what's going on. Okay, so there's a train over there, and then you can kind of see the quartz nodes right there. In fact, you can see them. And then there's another one right there, and they're both just getting pumped into the train station. And then we'll follow the train kind of around. And this is kind of that road that goes from the desert area up into the forest area. So I just kind of going along there, and then it goes all the way through here. And then we kind of lose sight of it here, but it is going kind of around in the back there, and you can see it off in the distance, kind of right there. So it's going to be going in through there. And then yeah, you can see like all the slugs. Like there's a slug there, slug there, slug there, slug there. There's 2 more slugs over there. There's another 2 or 3 slugs over in that tree-looking thing. Yeah, there's slugs all over the place still. I have not collected them all. And that is one of the miners. I think that's for iron. And so the train station is actually, can you see? No, you can't even see it. But yeah, it's basically in this general area. Let me zoom out so you can kind of see it. Yeah, so it's over there somewhere. And then you can see that it comes around. And then goes through there, around the back, over the water. And we are good to go. Oh hey, I'm still in actually that mode. Okay, that was weird. Alright, so that puts us basically at an hour, so that's a good length for video, I think. And there's our update. We have supercomputers, so that's kind of cool. We still have a lot of sulfur that we're not using. I mean, in fact, we have just a lot of stuff that we're just not using, so I don't know. Like, if I decided to build, like, an absolutely huge, ginormous, you know, factory where everything was 100% efficient, I'm sure that I could probably find a way to use everything, but for this playthrough, I don't need that much stuff. I just need enough to unlock some things, and, you know, that's basically it. And build some stuff. So, yeah, I don't know. So that's the video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you will stick around for the next one, where we will most likely have some nuclear operations ongoing. So, yeah, should be fun. And I'll see you guys then.